Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out the physical transforming Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Because I did get a couple of requests to do a showcase on this guy. And I mean, I plan on doing a showcase on him anyway. I mean, he's definitely very good. Considering how old he is, he can still do a ton of damage. And his defense can look pretty impressive in some scenarios as well, with all the additionals this guy's getting. So if you bring him in the right event, this guy can provide a ton of value for you. I mean, his damage is like just insane, right? I mean, his defense is alright also, but it's nothing compared to his damage. I mean, I'm talking like 4 10 million attack stats or over 10 million. All of them are critting. So it starts to get really crazy with this guy, especially once you transform into Super Saiyan 3. But again, I mean, his defense can look alright in the right situations. It really just all boils down to where you bring him. But before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it at any point, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, keep in mind there are timestamps in the video, so if you want to skip around to any part, then absolutely feel free to do that. And yeah, let's get right into it. So on this opening rotation, we are going to have 6 out of 7 links, so we're only missing experienced fighters. So just a very good opening rotation for him. We do also have some support from the Carnival LR Goku. And we're at 214k defense, so that is actually really good, because we do get 50% attack and defense when performing a super from our passive. And we also get 30% attack and defense from our super attack effect. So, you know, after we super, we're going to get a lot of attack and defense. And we have built-in additionals. So we have an additional that is a medium chance to become a super. So technically we could triple super right here. And with the triple super, I'm pretty sure we'd be at like 600k defense, or a little bit above 600k. Which is pretty low. But that's still like double-digit tanking, at least normals, if you have type advantage in a red zone stage. So, you know, bringing him versus like, I don't know, Omega Shenron, right? You know, he'll be good in there turn 1. And considering he's got all this, you know, all this damage he's doing right here, it definitely is good, right? Because he's got the additionals, which we've already talked about. And then he also has a high chance to crit. Just completely unrestricted. Just a high chance to crit with anything he does. So that definitely is good, because then, you know, even before you transform into Super Saiyan 3, you get the triple super, triple crit, which definitely, you know, your damage can really get up there. But, I mean, that wasn't the craziest rotation for him. We did have a lot of links active, and we had a little bit of defensive support, but we didn't have any offensive support right there, because the Carnival LR Goku does not support for, you know, actual attack. It's just, I think, 50% defense. So on this next turn, I think we'll have some attack support, and, you know, we'll just be looking a little bit better, just because, obviously, you know, his damage, like I already mentioned, is the main thing about this unit that's actually going to be, like, really impressive. So, of course, you know, having some attack support will just make it even crazier. So to get the actual Super Saiyan 3 transformation, 3 turns have to have elapsed, and you have to be below 77% HP. So, you know, just looking at it, you know, you'd think that's pretty easy, and for the most part it is. But me personally, I don't know, I struggle to get this transformation. Maybe I'm just, like, I don't know, maybe I'm the odd one out here, but I don't know, I never really see the transformation that often. Usually, I'm kind of like babying this guy in most events. So, I mean, that is kind of an issue with him again. You know, his defense can look pretty unimpressive, because there's really only a select few stages where he's really going to be good, right? I mean, there's him fighting Omega Shenron, and even in there, the second phase is STR, so that's kind of a weakness for him. And then, I don't know, maybe a couple God events where he's got type advantage. And, I mean, there's, like, some Super Battle Road stages as well. And then, of course, I mean, there's just some other, like, easier red zone stages you can bring him in. But I don't know, his defense, it's going to be an issue, right? I mean, again, I mean, I've said this a couple times already, but in the right events, he can look good. But you can't just bring this guy versus, like, Cell Max and expect him to be alright. I mean, he's going to get torn to shreds, right? So your best bet is probably just to build him full dodge. Maybe giving him just a little bit of additionals, so then obviously you can rely on the Hidden Potential System additional super. Because not only is that just more damage, which we already expressed, that's the main thing about this guy that's really crazy, but then you get just a little bit more defense, because he does raise defense on his super attack effect in his Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 state. So I think giving him just a little bit of additionals will get you pretty far, and then of course giving the rest to dodge is pretty good as well. I don't think you should give this guy any crit, like at all. I think giving him crit is probably like the worst thing you could give him, just because he has a 50% chance to crit in his Super Saiyan 2 form, and then obviously when you get the transformation into Super Saiyan 3, you have a 70% chance to crit for, I think it's 6 turns? Let me double check on that. I'm pretty sure you have a 70% chance to crit for 6 turns. Yeah, 6 turns. and then after 6 turns, it drops to a high chance. So you basically have either a high chance or a great chance to crit with this guy the whole time you're using him, right? So I don't really think you should give him any crit in the hidden potential system. I don't really think it's going to benefit you that much. So that's why additionals, and then of course dodge, is probably the best way to build this guy. So, okay, on this next rotation, we still won't be able to get the Super Saiyan 3 transformation just because, you know, this event doesn't really hit that hard. Well, maybe if Xeno Goku can get supered, then that would do it. Actually, that'd work out perfectly. So hopefully Bardock doesn't kill, but okay, I didn't even notice his health was low, so unfortunately he killed. But anyway, on this rotation, we're going to be looking really crazy. We've got a lot of defensive support, and then we also have a lot of attack support as well. So we are at 247k defense. I mean, yeah, a bit of an increase, but nothing too dramatic. But, you know, still, after we get all the supers, our defense definitely can look pretty impressive. I mean, we'll be pushing probably 700k, 800k if we get the triple super, which is definitely, I mean, it's very possible you get that, right? I mean, not only is he physical, so, you know, he's got the base 5 additional, you know, you have some dupes in him, you give him more additionals, but then he does launch the additional that has a medium chance to become a super, and that is worded in the way we like it, so then it makes it to where we can see the hidden potential system additional much more often. So overall, you know, just a good design, right? This guy was designed very well. In terms of his damage, you know, I've already said this, dude, it's going to get crazy. And then his defense, good enough, right? I mean, good enough for where you're running him. I mean, again, I don't think you're bringing this guy versus like Cell Max or Red Zone Broly or anything like that. But if you want to bring this guy versus, you know, Omega Shenron, if you want to bring this guy in a couple God events or anything like that, or like Infinite History, dude, this guy will shred Infinite History, right? So a very fun unit, right? I mean, that's really what he is. You know, he's on some really good teams as well. Of course, it's a Super Saiyan 2 and just, transforming into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So, you know, he's on Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, which both definitely are not really the best teams right now. So I think him being on there is very good. You know, he's on, obviously, like Goku Family, Pure Saiyans, Kamehameha, Warriors Raised on Earth, all those teams. So, overall, just a very valuable unit. You know, for newer players, this guy's going to be really useful because, of course, you know, he's on, like I said, the crazy teams, and then he's going to be doing a ton of damage, so it'll just make these, like, weaker events go by quicker for you. Like I said, you know, Infinite History, Boss Rush, this guy's just going to shred those things, right? So, yeah, just a very good unit overall, especially, again, considering his age. I mean, he released before the 7th year anniversary. Actually, I think he was the Dokkan Fest right before the 7th year anniversary. So, you know, he was right before this humongous power creep, which, really, like, you know, it was a big power creep. You know, 7th year anniversary, introduced 200% leader skills and all that. And unfortunately, these guys were right before. I don't know if it was the Dokkan Fest right before the 7th year anniversary, but it was like a couple months before the 7th year anniversary. And they're still, I mean, really good. And by them, obviously, I'm referring to the Goku and then the Kid Buu, who we will do a showcase on within the next couple days. So both of them, you know, very, very good. I think the Kid Buu is probably, like, just as a unit, a little bit better because his defense can look a little bit more impressive. And right now, you know, defense is a lot more important than offense. But, I mean, the Kid Buu doesn't have good teams either, right? His teams are horrible. So, right now, you know, the Kid Buu, I would say is a little better as a standalone unit. But in terms of, like, just use, right, I would say the Goku is a lot better. Because, of course, he's on just a lot more teams. So, okay, we do have the transformation right here. We can go into Super Saiyan 3. So, let's go ahead and play this. All right, so now, just God, right? Just God is here. He's just gonna destroy everything. So 242k defense. Actually, I don't think our defense changed at all. Actually, that kind of stayed the same. Yeah, I'll throw him in slot 1. We'll get all these key spheres right here with him. So this guy gets 2 additional attacks. Both have a medium chance to become a super. So we could technically quadruple super right here, which would definitely be, you know, good just to get it in the video. And then he also has the 70% chance to crit for 6 turns, which obviously is very reliable. So we're at a 7.3 million attack stat. Very good considering we could have 3 more incoming. This has a 70% chance to crit, and every other super has a 70% chance to crit. So, okay, can we get at least one? We did, okay. 7.9. I mean, dude, that's really crazy because, of course, you know, again, we have the 70% chance to crit, and we could still see 2 more. So, yeah, I mean, dude, crazy, right? Very crazy. I mean, once you transform, it's game over, right? I mean, I guess in some events, maybe they'd be able to survive this guy's wrath, but, you know, other than the red zone events, I mean, nothing is really going to survive this guy. He's just doing way too much damage. So just a very good unit overall, again, like I said. I mean, his damage is going to be crazy. You know, with the crits and everything, it is really it's going to start to get crazy. Because this guy gets 50% attack for 1 turn. So then the more supers you do, the higher attack stats you're going to see. I mean, I know I mentioned like 10 million at the beginning of the video, and that was only like 8 million. But you'll see, right? You'll see. It starts to get crazy. So, okay, we are getting supered right here. I think we're fine. 300k. Okay, that was a lot. We had type disadvantage, though. So that's why we took a bit of damage there. But, okay. Bardock should be fine, and Heart Virus Goku should be fine as well. So, we should be able to get 1 more rotation with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It depends on Vegeta's health. Okay, it's still relatively high. So, I was going to say I'll nuke with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on this next rotation. But I think we could squeeze in 1 more just, like, rotation with him. And then on the next rotation with him, we'll nuke with him. So, okay, right here, we are at 211k defense. Just a little bit of a drop-off because, unfortunately, we did lose some support. But still, we're going to be looking really good. We do still have a little bit of support with the Xeno Goku. And just overall, pretty solid rotation for him. So, okay, right here, no super before we super, which is definitely good. This guy gets a lot of attack and defense on super. 6.4. Yeah, still good, right? 70% chance to crit. We can still do 3 more. So, of course, you know, damage, you know, no question about it. It's looking impressive. But this guy also gets 50% attack and defense on super from his passive. And then, as I previously mentioned, he gets all the defense on every super attack effect. So, of course, this guy is definitely a slot 2 or 3 unit, which isn't really that big of a deal. I mean, most of the time, a lot of units are slot 2 and 3, so I don't think it's a real deal breaker with this guy. And obviously, as I already mentioned, dude, he's on some crazy teams that have some really good slot 1 options as well. So that's just not really going to be like a drag or anything. It doesn't really matter. You'll be able to put this guy in, you know, slot 2 and 3 most of the time and just be able to destroy the event. But it's still worth mentioning because obviously if you're getting like locked, maybe that could like just completely destroy this guy if you get locked in slot 1 because he's not really going to be tanking, of course, before he supers. I guess if you haven't built full dodge, maybe you could rely on that, but not really sure how good that's going to go for you. So, okay, we probably are going to kill right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut to another run in Legendary Vegeta event where we got a nuking turn for him. Alright, so we're back in the Legendary Vegeta event, and we have a very good rotation in terms of key spheres. We are going to get 19 right here. We do have some support from the Xeno Goku, and we're going to pop the World Tournament Announcer item. We're at 211k defense start of turn, so we're looking pretty good right here. We have type advantage as well, so we are most definitely going to kill. You know, especially if we get the crits off and all that right here. So how much damage are we doing? 14.4. Yeah, 70% chance to crit. We could have 3 additional supers incoming right here. Definitely pretty good. Yeah, 12.8 million damage. I mean, of course it was a nuke test. You'd expect it to be crazy, but with how much damage he's doing, even without, you know, nuke items, you could only assume the nuke items make it even more crazy. So, anyway, with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to the red zone test. And, I mean, again, we're here on turn 7, and we still don't have his transformation. I mean, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the video. It can be kind of difficult to get sometimes, right? I mean, it's definitely not free. So we'll throw him in slot 1. We'll see how well he's tanking before and after he supers. I mean, his defense doesn't really change when he transforms, so I guess we don't even really have to prioritize the transformation. I mean, of course, he can do another super, which is technically making his defense better, because then you get a, you know, an additional 30% defense from that. But, I mean, you know, during the Legendary Vegeta event showcase, when we transform, his defensive stats stayed the exact same. So, I'm not too worried about transforming with him. But I think we're going to take double digits right here from a super. Or not from a super, from a normal anyway. Yeah, okay, we did. So, yeah, double digits from normals. I mean, I wasn't really worried about the normal. I think as long as you got type advantage, you should be absolutely fine. But, you know, we do have some support. we got a very good situation for him. We're on a 200%. So, of course, just keep in mind, this, we got the support memory active as well, the Goku family one. So this is a very good situation for him. So just, just keep that in mind. All right, so we have a turn right here where we can transform with him, and we are taking a couple normals and then a super from Omega Shenron. So as long as we don't kill, which I don't think we will, I don't think we might end up killing, then we'll be able to see how well he's tanking. So we'll go ahead and pop that. Yeah, because God Goku might do just a little bit of damage, but he probably won't do that much because we're not getting a ton of key spheres with him. And then Xeno Goku, obviously, he doesn't really do that much damage anyway. And then, of course, I mean, I guess Super Saiyan 3 Goku could kill if he gets really lucky with, like, additionals and crits right here. But for once, I'm hoping we don't crit on every attack. But I don't know, we still could. So God Goku's at a 4.5 million attack stat. So yeah, I mean, obviously not the craziest. As long as this doesn't crit, and as long as we don't get, like, an additional super right here, we should be fine. Okay, it did crit. And Xeno Goku is at 4 million. It doesn't help that everyone on this rotation has type advantage, but, I mean, I guess it is what it is. So how much damage are we doing right here? 7 million. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. 7 million with a 70% chance to crit is definitely very good. Can we not crit, though? Okay. All right, well, I mean, I want an additional super, I mean, okay, maybe one extra super would have been nice. All right, well, I guess whatever he takes right here, just keep in mind, we only got one super. And, of course, you can get up to 4. 488k, yeah, that's not that bad for only one super. Yeah, that really isn't that bad, actually, because then if we would have gotten at least, 3 supers, which you'll see pretty frequently, he would have been taking, like, probably around 200k or under 200k from that, which is very impressive from a Red Zone boss for a unit that's, almost 2 years old now. So, really impressive there. Actually, that was very good. I'm kind of happy we got to see him tank the super, but I also kind of wish he did, like, one more super, but then that probably would have crit anyway, so then we would have killed to not see him take the super. So, I guess it worked out in the end, but regardless, with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to the unit breakdown. Alright, here we have Battle to Protect the Universes Tomorrow, Super Saiyan 2 Goku. So starting off with his leader skill, it is Battle of Fate or Accelerated Battle, category Ki +3, HP plus 130%, and then attack and defense plus 170%. Not the best lead because HP is only 130%, so that definitely is kind of unfortunate. And then his super attack effect is that he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does immense damage to enemy, and then has a medium chance to stun. And then his passive is that he gets 2 Ki, attack and defense plus 180%. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% when launching a super. He has an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super, and then just a high chance to crit. So, some additionals built in, some crits built in, some attack and defense on super, some start of turn Ki, which is definitely very good for a TUR. So he's looking pretty good in a Super Saiyan 2 state. And then, of course, the active skill effect is that he transforms. And then the condition is that it has to be after turn 3, and HP has to be 77% or lower. So not the worst effect, but maybe could be a little bit better. His links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, the Saiyan Lineage, Golden Warrior, Experienced Fighters, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. And then I guess I can just go over his categories now as well. He's got Battle of Fate, Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Super Saiyan 3, Transformation Boost, Goku Family, Kamehameha, Super Saiyan 2, Turtle School, Mastered Evolution, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent-Child, and then Warriors Raised on Earth. And then, of course, you do have Super Saiyan 3 Transformation, to where his super attack changes. So now he gets 50% attack and raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage, and then has a medium chance to stun. His passive is that he gets 3 Ki. He gets attack and defense plus 200%. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% when launching a super attack. He launches 2 additional attacks, each have a medium chance to become a super. He gets an additional 50% attack, and then a great chance to crit for 6 turns from start of appearance. And then the 70% chance to crit drops to a high chance after the 6th turn. And then his links do change, so now he's got Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, the Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and then Fierce Battle. And then we already went over his categories. So, alright, that is the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this guy down in the comments. And yeah, that has been the showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.